everybody. Who Dey?
Hi, Who Dat?
Okay, all right. Stranger says Who Dey because he's on the correct side of things here.
Bump you.
Stranger says I wouldn't call the Saints' expectations lofty. Not true. You know what? I'll set that up here in a second because I think the expectations for the Saints are quite lofty, actually. Like whether you agree that they should be or not, it doesn't change the fact that the general national narrative is very positive toward the Saints lately. They're favored to win 5 games. By who? Who's saying the Saints are going to win 5 games?
By these gosh darn Vegas people who are the stupidest people I've ever seen in my life.
Vegas has you winning 5 games.
Well, actually, they have us winning 7, but we're only favored in 5, so it don't make no damn sense. But it's whatever.
7, okay. Let me get through the comments real quick. The Jungle Podcast. So, by the way, the Jungle Podcast. Thank you for the kind words. Mikey did tell me that you said hello, so I just forgot to respond to that. I see I see you're a recent subscriber and commented. So, welcome to the Jungle Podcast. Appreciate you showing up. And sounds like a Cincinnati. I can see your profile picture thing. So it sounds like a Cincinnati thing, and I'm all on board for that. So everybody go subscribe to the Jungle Podcast as well. What's up, all? Happy Saturday. What's up, Danny Berry? Favored by Vegas. Yeah, that's what Mikey just said. He just said the Saints are favored to win 5 or 7 games.
To be fair, last year we were only favored to win 1 game. That was against the New York damn Jets, and we blew that out of the water. So
yeah. Okay, so I will say one thing. Being favored to win in specific games isn't the same thing as an actual record prediction. Vegas is weird, but I severely if you watch anybody talk about it, everybody who's got Tom Grossi, Brandon Perna, I don't even know his fucking name, Urinating Tree, 5 points, all the major YouTube guys, everybody I've seen on ESPN, in general, people were very taken by the Tyler Shuck come up last year. So the expectations, while apparently Vegas may be saying 5 games, which is crazy to me, but Vegas may be saying that, but I think Vegas is oddly enough in the minority here.
Vegas, last year, I remember this so well. Last year, the New Orleans Saints were favored in 1 game. 1. And
well, you guys.
The New York Jets. And after I saw that, I was like, are the Saints going to be a great team this year? Probably not. But 1. And then we somehow blew that out of the damn water with 6 of them. So, hey, after that, I've never, to be honest, paid attention to what Vegas got to say because you're full of shit.
Okay. So let's rewind for a second. I don't think dunking on Vegas because they predicted you too few games when it still ended up only winning 6. I don't think that's a flex.
It was 5 more than 1, so I don't care which.
And almost entirely because Tyler Shuck showed up and was awesome out of nowhere.
Right. Yeah, exactly, Teddy Belcher. Anything's better than Derek Carr. I agree with you there. Anything's better than that trash.
But including Jamarcus Russell?
Yes.
That's not true. That 5 to 7 thing makes no sense to me. I don't understand because okay, you know what? Look, I did this on the last show. But I'm gonna look at the Saints schedule again just to see if I can figure out why.
I mean, hold on. They had us, I think, beaten. They had us favored against Carolina one time. I think the Giants, Raiders. I think, and there was 2. I think the Browns. I could be wrong there, but I think they had us beating the Browns, and I think they had us favored against the was it Atlanta? I don't freaking remember.
I am having a lot of trouble finding the individual odds. What the hell?
The only reason I know about them is because people shared them on the internet. That's the only way that I didn't even look at them up. So.
I can't even seem to find them. And this is one of my biggest fucking problems. I'm not really into gambling and stuff anyway, so I don't really go looking for it and stuff a lot. Maybe if I put this a little bit down here, that would be better. I don't really go looking for odds, but at one point I was a video editor for like a sports gambling like YouTube channel, and I had to look up odds a lot, and I constantly am finding a hell of a time actually finding, like, where do people find the odds? Like, I'm constantly trying to look for specific odds, and I always just find like general stuff without any like real specifics. Like, I cannot seem to find, like right now, for example, I cannot find for the life of me like a list of like what Vegas thinks of each individual Saints game.
Man, y'all just love hopping on my case in these chats, man. Okay. Saints have, yes, they do have lofty expectations. I know they might not have lofty expectations in your opinion, but I mean, like, look at our division. If we can't win this division, then we don't deserve to be a football team.
So to be clear, I came up with the title. I'm the one who said the Saints have lofty expectations, not Mikey.
And I'm the one that came up with the idea.
He's agreeing. Well, sort of. You said, why don't we talk about expectations? And I was the one who put the title. It was like the Saints and Bengals have lofty expectations. The Bengals expectations might be a little loftier. I'm not saying the Saints and the Bengals have the same level of expectations, but compared to where the Saints have been, I think the Saints' expectations are quite lofty, which from most of the people I've heard talking about the Saints, the expectation seems to be that they're going to be at least competing to win the division this year.
Exactly. I mean, like, look at the division.
The Saints, that's lofty, you know?
Exactly. Like, the Saints are probably, like, I think the Saints and the Bucs are the only two teams right now that have their quarterback situation figured out. Atlanta, we don't know who the heck's playing quarterback between Tua or Michael Penix. Carolina, yeah, Bryce Young had a good year last year, but they're not committing to him, at least not yet. And Tampa Bay, even with Baker's not getting any younger people. Like, we have Tyler James Shuck Jr.
So I finally found the odds on Saints Wire. So it looks like the Lions are favored. I kind of feel that, but I don't know about +7. That seems really high. Plus 7.5 to Baltimore. Again, like, to be fair, I'm also like uniquely low on ball. Like most people don't, like, I'm kind of in the minority here where I think Baltimore is not going to be as good this year. But 7.5 still seems super high. Now they're favored over the Raiders, which, like, duh. They're favored over the Falcons, which, also kind of seems like duh. I don't understand how the Vikings are favored, though. I don't understand the Vikings, and I also don't understand the Giants being more favored than the Vikings. The Giants are 2.5 point favorites over the Saints. Like, I kind of get the Steelers in week 7, and, like, I mean, I think I would personally favor the Saints, but I understand the argument about the Steelers. But the Giants and Vikings, what? I
know. Trust me, being a Saints fan, you get used to being disrespected by the media.
Well, I'm not a Saints fan, and I'm incensed.
Yeah.
Okay. So Vegas is just crazy. Is what I'm getting out of this.
Yes, that's why
I'm not saying unlike you, Mikey, I don't think the Saints are a potential Super Bowl team this year. You did at one point. Probably several times.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's a realistic expectation for the Saints this year. But I do think that getting on track for, in a year or two, being considered potentially one of those teams is maybe in the cards this year. So the Vegas, like, line of you guys being favored in like 5 games, that's crazy to me.
It's like last year, we were projected to have the #1 overall pick last year, and we ended up winning more games than the year prior.
We won 6 games, guys. Yeah, let's fucking go. Fuck all those other teams and people who doubted us to be able to win 6 total games.
All right, Con. I know you're getting that. But if we take everything into a vacuum, okay? The New Orleans Saints, okay, last year started 2-10. Started 2-10. Spencer Rattler was sucking balls last year at one point. Tyler Shuck had a winning. Did you know last season Tyler Shuck finished that year with a winning record? Did you know last season? I did know that, yes. Did you know last season the Saints finished the month of December with 0 losses? Did you know that the Saints won? Like, the Saints have beaten every divisional team other than Atlanta, and we would have beaten Atlanta in Week 18 if Chris Olave now have some goddamn lung problems?
You got swept by the Falcons.
Okay. Let's look at that Week 18 game. Okay, I'll give you the first one, but let's talk about that Week 18 game. No Chris Olave, no Devon Bailey, no Alvin Kamara, a Juwan Johnson with fumbling issues, a kicker that missed a field goal, referees missing a fumble call. So if you want to put any of that against Tyler Shuck, be my guest. But what I'm not going to allow are people acting like Atlanta was a superior, better team than us that day. They got they beat us by 2 points after having a blocked punt, after having us miss a field goal, after having the referees miss a blatant fumble call, after Juwan Johnson fumbling the bitch, after Tyler Shuck throwing an interception that he probably shouldn't have thrown.
Juwan Johnson plays for the Saints. That's not an excuse.
What?
Juwan Johnson plays for the Saints. You're like, Juwan Johnson fumbled, like all these bullshit things that happen. Well, yeah, but he's part of the Saints. He
exactly
was a member of the New Orleans Saints that did that.
If you want to put any of that against Tyler James Shuck, then be my guest.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm very actively not. What I'm saying is a lot of those things that you just said now, like, Tyler Shuck had a winning record last year. Tyler, like against the division other than the Falcons, which I'd still, dunk on you over the Falcons. But, like a lot of those things you said, yes, flex about that. That's fair. You're kind of picking at straws a little bit, but you know what? Take your laps, take your wins. But when you're over here, like, we won 6 games, like that's just a silly thing to say, is all I'm saying.
Dude, I'm not flexing the 6 wins.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. No, don't turn this on me. I'm not flexing. I never once brought up the 6-11 record on this show until just now. What I've been saying is take those 6 wins into context, okay? It's like the great Mickey Lucas said. Sometimes you got to look beyond the results. I'm looking beyond the results. 6-11, right? Okay, I understand that. I'm not proud of winning just 6 games. But the Saints, last season, in fact, let's look at the Carolina Panthers, the team that won the division last year. The year prior, the Panthers finished with a 5-12 record. Just 5 wins. That was less than the Saints did last year, if you know that. 5 wins, just 5 of them, right? The Panthers won 3 of those games in the month of December. And then they used that momentum to win the division the next year. Why can the Saints not do that? Especially after sweeping the Carolina Panthers in a year where the Saints are supposed to get belt to ass by everybody. The Saints swept Carolina. They beat Tampa. They would have beaten Atlanta if we had Chris Olave. And so if you want to put all of that against the Saints, against our 6-11 record, be my guess. But what I'm counting is the Saints had 2 wins against the divisional rival. The Saints fought hard in every one of those games when Tyler Shuck started. There was not one game past the Rams game where you were watching and you're like, well, the game's over now. Like, the Rams game was his first start, and obviously we're going to lose that game. It's the goddamn Rams. But second of all, with Tyler Shuck and the Saints, you cannot tell me, why can't we do what the Panthers did? Or the Panthers won most of their games through the second half of the season, and then they went on to win the division. Why can't we do that? We're a better roster than what Carolina was a year ago. Right now, we're a better roster right now than Carolina was a year ago. So that's my rant. I hope you're happy.
I wish I was as athletic as you are.
Why?
To be able to do all of those mental jumping jacks to justify your point. I respect the flexibility that it requires to get through all that.
Okay.
I had Kyle on my podcast and was so impressed. He is truly amazing in my opinion. Was I on the Jungle podcast?
No, remember, it's your life.
I've been doing stuff a long time, so it's possible I've been on that, and I don't recall. Your podcast name did look familiar. I thought it was something like, I don't remember being on the podcast though.
Mark, I know you're not here guzzling that stupid ass Raiders Kool-Aid right now. Please tell me you're joking, Mark. Please tell me you're joking. I don't want to have to call the feds. I mean, I just had to almost call the feds on Kyle for saying the Titans were going to be good this year. It's like, come on, Mark.
Look, I'm just saying I like some of what I see, and I think they could surprise people.
And I like the idea of pigs flying. What's your point?
Our city is famous for that.
I mean, you also have chili that's not chili, so I guess.
Okay, look, y'all. I was trying to explain Cincinnati chili to Mikey before we went live. Like, those of you who are from Cincinnati and understand, it may sound a little blasphemous to those of you who like some. It's a controversial thing. Some people don't like it, and it's commonly an insult to say this, but I'm just saying this to be honest about what it is. It's not actually chili. Like, it is chili because it's called chili. It's a type of chili, and that's how it works. It's been called chili for a very long time, so it's chili. But if your understanding of chili is Tex-Mex chili, then it's not the same thing. It's basically pasta with meat sauce, but the meat sauce isn't like when you get like meat sauce at like the old spaghetti factory or some shit, right? Like where it's like red sauce with meat in it. No, it's like sauce that is made and composed of meat and meat products. I'm not doing a very good job of selling it, but that's what it is. And it's got a shit ton of spices in it.
The Jungle Podcast is apparently Thomas, by the way.
Oh yeah, not Thomas Stargell, my old co-host. Is different Thomas. I believe we had him on our show too, if I recall correctly. But I do kind of remember that, man. It was a couple of years ago, I think, if I recall correctly. But I do kind of remember that, yeah.
I remember you saying that you were going to be on the show. I just never remember you actually being on the show.
Yeah, I remember something like that. Yeah, it was a little bit ago. Just can't do the cinnamon. Yeah, you're allowed to be wrong.
Rest in peace.
I think the Saints are rebuilding.
I think you're rebuilding. How about that?
Are the Saints? I think the Saints are done rebuilding. I think the Saints. I think they've rebuilt. I think the rebuilding's now. Whether the rebuild works, you can make that argument. I would make the argument that what they've done so far looks like it's worked. I don't know if they're gonna like go off right away, but sometimes teams do that. You never know. But I think the rebuilding plan is over. I think they finished that part.
We've been quietly rebuilding for the last 3 years. Nobody just wanted to realize it.
I mean, I've been saying the Saints have been rebuilding every year. I think you didn't want to realize it. I think I've been saying it every year.
No, because the Saints have had the Saints had the best draft class last year. They had a good draft class this year, and everybody want to act like because last year we had 3 guys over the age of 31, and people act like we were the oldest team of all time. It's like, dude, like shut up. We had the Mario, Cam, and Kamara, and now we don't have the Mario, so we replace him with a younger linebacker in Caden Ellis.
Right, exactly, stranger. Anything isn't better than Carr, just most things. It could be worse.
I would rather a beat-up BMW than Derek No-Wheel Carr.
The Saints could move to Atlanta. That would be worse than Derek Carr.
I would rather send you as a human sacrifice than that happen, though.
Well, that would also be worse than Derek Carr, at least for me. I would rather Derek Carr be my quarterback than you human sacrifice.
No, because you see, Derek Carr, he wanted to be. Dude, the dude went to Chipotle.
What's wrong with Chipotle? I eat Chipotle like every day.
When you come to New Orleans, the first meal you ate, that was Chipotle of all places. That's how when his judgment was that questionable, I was like, oh shit.
Well, so like when he first came to New Orleans, was he coming to like chill, or was he coming to get to work and do football? Because like Chipotle is a great place to go to if you're like an athlete and you're training. So he might have just been trying to like put in the work.
He went to go talk to Mickey Loomis about possibly becoming a Saints quarterback. And he wanted to go to goddamn Chipotle. Chipotle.
Okay.
This dude is this dude that stupid? Why would you go to Chipotle of all places? You got Dragos, you got this, you got this dumbass went to freaking Chipotle. Dude, I didn't even know Louisiana had Chipotle.
Of course you have to. What?
We don't have
Okay,
it.
you know what? I'm kind of, you brought me on board with your whole thing about Derek Carr and Chipotle, but of course Louisiana has Chipotle.
I mean, we don't have an In-N-Out, so I thought, we didn't have a Chipotle either.
Well, you do have an internet. It's just god awful.
We don't have an In-N-Out.
Oh, an In-N-Out. I thought you said internet.
No, I never said In-N-Out. I said In-N-Out.
We don't have an In-N-Out either. I'm pretty sure that's a West Coast thing, isn't it?
I mean, we don't have an In-N-Out, so I thought we didn't. I thought Chipotle was like a part of that deal where you don't get, Chipotle. Mainly because I don't even eat whatever Chipotle sells. But it's like, man.
You don't like burritos?
Nope. Burritos. No, I don't do them.
I mean, it's not like burritos are like so customizable. Like there's not like not liking burritos is like saying you don't like sandwiches. Like it's just it's a sandwich in a wrap.
We said the same thing about tacos last time. Okay, they're literally my taco category.
Okay, but that's once again that's why I was confused about tacos, because you could make anything a fuck. Have you ever heard of a fish taco? That doesn't make any goddamn sense from a traditionalist taco perspective, but it's a thing. You can make a mac and cheese taco. People have done it.
I'm a very picky person, Kyle.
You put all the things that you like in the taco.
But then I gotta eat the taco.
But it's got all the stuff you eat in it. It's just it's in fucking tortilla.
Do you hate tortillas? I don't like the taste of tortillas.
Okay, there we go. That's okay. Okay, you're wrong. You're wrong, but okay. We've got to the root of the issue. Now it at least makes sense, even though you're wrong.
I would rather eat all the stuff that I like while eating the stuff that I like, rather than put it with something I don't like.
This would have never been an issue if you had just explained that you don't like tortillas when I was confused in the first place.
You should have already known tortillas was the issue.
Okay. I'm sure this was a comment from earlier, but yes, the Saints, I feel, considering where the Saints have been up to this point, the expectation that I've heard from most people, maybe apparently not Vegas, but from most people who I've heard talk about the Saints, it appears to be that the expectation is that the Saints should be competing for a playoff spot, which for where the Saints have been is a very lofty place to be. Right. Now, it's not the same kind of lofty expectations that the Bengals have, which we're going to get to once I catch up with these goddamn comments, which are off the fucking wall, by the way.
I mean, look. So, like, if a Super Bowl comes in New Orleans, great. I'll take it. But, like, dude, the Saints have not made the playoffs in 5 damn years. The last time I watched the Saints playoff game, I was 11 and I wasn't even in puberty yet. Last time that I watched the Saints play a playoff game was when I threw the Drew Brees jersey into the closet for one last time. Last time I watched the Saints playoff game, both my grandparents were still alive. Like, you know how much my life has changed since I watched the damn Saints play in the playoffs? Last time the Saints won a playoff game was on Nickelodeon, for crying out loud. Nickelodeon!
You know when the last time I watched the Saints playoff game was?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I got to look up all of your playoff games to see which one I actually watched. The last Saints playoff game I watched was – I definitely did not watch that. Nope. Nope. Which one was the one with Stephon Diggs?
Don't remind me.
I have to.
It was 2017 season.
Okay, so I caught.
First game I ever watched.
I didn't watch that one, but I was picking up a pizza from a restaurant that had the game on when that game was happening. So that was. I don't know if that counts as watching it. Because if that doesn't count as watching it, then the last Saints playoff game that I watched was probably the Beastquake.
We made the playoffs like 5 times after that. Well, what do you do during playoff time?
I don't really pay that much attention to the NFC. Like I'll watch the NFC Championship, but like I mean,
we streamed the NFC divisional round this year. What do you mean?
Were the Saints in the playoffs?
No.
Exactly. Since I've had this YouTube channel, the Saints have not been. I do now.
Why?
Because I have a YouTube channel where I talk about the NFL. What do you mean, why?
Weren't you a damn reporter back in the day?
I was a Bengals reporter. Very 100% focused on the Bengals. 100% focused on the Bengals. We didn't even do articles
about the Bengals about to play a team from the NFC. You didn't do any scouting on them.
I did, but I didn't watch. I didn't watch every NFC playoff game live as it was happening.
Now, stranger, I know you lying because, dude, if you watch NFL, you watch Super Bowl, and I know for sure you probably, because you're 55 years old, you probably have grandchildren. Like you definitely watch Super Bowl 44. Like don't get me no, you at least watch one, man. Ain't no way you ain't watching no damn Super Bowl now.
You know I might really piss you off here.
Oh, you absolutely will. I already know it.
I'm not entirely sure I watched that Super Bowl. Because I'm sure I did, because every year I'm making even when I wasn't paying that super close of attention, I did make an effort to at least watch the Super Bowl every year. But I just don't really remember that. I remember everything around that Super Bowl. I remember everybody talking about the big the Saints are doing it for the city and Katrina and all that shit. I remember a lot of the talk around that Super Bowl. I just don't entirely remember if I've seen a ton of the highlights, obviously. I just don't know if I actually watched. I must have watched that Super Bowl. I just don't remember it. But
you must have.
It was a very long time ago, so maybe that's part of why. But that was also the year before. There was in between 2 years where the Steelers were in the Super Bowl. And so I was very, very, very closely watching those games. And so maybe by comparison to me, the Saints Super Bowl just kind of faded into the background. Look, Mikey, before I knew you, I had literally zero reason to give even a half of a shit about the Saints.
Okay. Before I knew Joe Burrow, I didn't have a reason to care about the Bengals.
I believe that would. I don't know why the fuck you would.
I mean, I remember the year before they drafted Burrow, I was like, damn, can the Bengals please win a damn game? Because that must be depressing going 0-16. And then they actually won a game against the damn Jets. Which
I also felt that way. I also was because a bunch of Bengals fans that year, that was one of the big years where I was a big one on we gotta get it, we gotta kill this fucking tank talk. People stop rooting for tanking. I hate it. And I did, again, I've said this several times. I'm sure you've heard me say this several times. I did, once it became in that Dolphins game, I did root for the Dolphins in that game. But every other game, I wanted the Bengals to win. I didn't want to tank until I knew, okay, it's this or we don't get Joe Burrow. That one game, I made an exception. It's the only time I've ever rooted for tanking, and I still feel bad about it. But we got Joe Burrow, so we're fuck you.
I mean, I only rooted the Saints to lose one time, and you probably remember it. It was a couple years ago. If we won, Atlanta had a chance to make the playoffs.
But that was.
If I was going to be sad, I was going to have them be sad with me.
Well, that's the thing. Cheering for your team to essentially, in the way that you're thinking about it is throw the game. You're not thinking about it I hope my team sucks. You're thinking about it I just hope we lose for spite. And when it comes to football, I respect the spite.
Funny enough, though, we almost won that game.
Yeah, well, we almost won the Dolphins game.
It was crazy, though. The Saints were playing like dog water the entire damn year. Like, dude, the 2 weeks prior, we got shut out on Monday Night Football, 34-0. And I'm like, dude, they're about to beat Tampa Bay and let Atlanta to the playoffs. But good news, Atlanta missed the playoffs anyway, so I did all that rooting for nothing. But it was like, damn. Like, because Atlanta lost to Carolina because, they're trash of franchise. But it's like, damn.
So I'm not going to agree entirely, stranger. As far as the best team not always winning and the Bengals having 3 Super Bowl examples, I would argue that in 88 for sure, the 49ers were on a different fucking planet than everybody else. Like, the Bengals were really good that year, but the 49ers were they were the 40. That was like peak Joe Montana. So kind of hard for me to 81. I think I'll agree with you on 81. Like, I think the Bengals were better that year, and it didn't really work out. 21's hard because, like, neither the Bengals or the Rams were really pegged to be in the Super Bowl that year. That was a weird year where, like, two teams that you just didn't expect ended up making it.
Right.
As far as who, like, going into that game, who was better? I mean, clearly the Bengals had the better offense and the Rams had the better defense. And the team that had the better defense ended up winning the very defensive game. But my whole thing with, like, saying the Bengals were the better team in that game is, like, you also have to remember how god awful and just embarrassingly bad the offensive line was when we were in that game. Like the starters for the 2021 season were like, okay, it wasn't the greatest lineup that offensive line I've ever seen, but by the time we got to the Super Bowl, I think I might have been able to get through that offensive line. It's how fucking bad it was. So,
right.
So that alone makes me think that, especially when that offensive line is going up against, take Von Miller out of it, Aaron Donald alone going up that offensive line, what the fuck did you think was going to happen?
I forgot the Rams had Von Miller. That was crazy. But yeah.
There's somebody else who was doing really well that year. I forget his name.
Right. But I remember when the Saints, because when we talk about the best team don't always win, I always go to this. In 2009, the Saints had no business beating the Colts in the Super Bowl. I'm gonna be dead honest with you, and that's exactly why Drew Brees should have been MVP that year, and I will die on that damn hill. But it's like the Saints and the Saints were an afterthought going into that game, man. But hey, Tracy Porter, did a little bit of that. Drew Brees did a little bit of that, and next thing you know, hey, the Saints Super Bowl champions, and everybody else can go suck it.
Now, stranger, that is blasphemous. I will say, Cincinnati chili is controversial. It is you either love it or you hate it. You're either gonna love it or you hate it. And if you're a picky eater,
I'm gonna hate it because I have the word chili.
Right. If you're a picky eater and you already have a concept in your mind of what chili is, but then again, you don't like chili, so this might pleasantly surprise you because it's not really chili. Okay. But then again, if you're a picky eater, there's a decent chance that it's not going to hit you. And if I used to be a picky eater, I know if you don't like something, you really don't like something. So you might not end up liking it, but
why not call it Skyline Spaghetti or something like that?
Okay, so the chili was a name. There's this whole history behind it. I don't know it off the top of my head, but the people who invented the dish called it chili. Like they didn't take it from Tex-Mex. They just called it chili. That's just that they didn't steal the name from somebody. They just came up with the name chili, separate from this other thing that was happening in a different part of the country. They were from Greece, I think.
So they stole the name from something.
I don't know where they got again, there's a whole history behind it. I don't remember exactly where they got the name. I'm just saying they didn't take it from Tex-Mex chili. It's different origin point.
Oh, okay.
It's really weird. Yeah, I heard Kyle Busch died. That's really sad.
The good old Kyle. And he just won a race recently too. So.
Yeah, I thought I was like, that seems very, very, very sad to happen like that quickly afterwards.
Yeah.
Not downing the rebuilding the Saints have done, just need a bit more.
Well, I mean, the Saints fixed all their. Saints fixed like 90% of the holes that they have.
I kind of sort of. I don't know about fixed, but they theoretically addressed a lot of them.
But
I agree that the Saints have some more building to do. I don't know about rebuilding. I don't know about rebuilding, but I think the Saints have some more building to do for sure. But I also still think that they should be competing for a playoff spot this year.
Right. I mean, the Saints need a running back. Who do we get? Travis Etienne.
He brought that up too. I think there's an old video on my channel from 3 years ago where he was actually and I think that's what it was. I think I went on his show and he went on my show. I think that's what that was.
Oh, wow.
I think it's starting to kind of come back to me. Yeah. Fish taco, ice cream taco. There are ice cream tacos.
And now, I don't eat tacos.
Those typically don't include actual tortillas either. Those are usually like waffle cones.
What? Well, actually, waffle cones aren't bad, but
it's like an ice cream sandwich, but they put it in a waffle cone and they shape it like a taco. Why? Because we're a heathenist society and God is going to send them a flood.
You and the idea of foods is mind-boggling. I mean, I know I should not be talking because I know I put ketchup on my macaroni and cheese on my chips. Some people think
I don't eat ice cream tacos. I just know what they are. Don't you try to pin this shit on me like I invented ice cream tacos?
I think you did because I've never heard of this until now.
Well, I just seen them at the store. I know what they are. I don't eat them.
And now you own a store.
What?
Now you own a store?
This man's never been to a store before.
I've never seen ice cream tacos in stores.
I mean, you probably weren't looking. Speakeasy Acho been talking. I don't listen to anything about that Emmanuel Acho says. He's an idiot. I don't. I'll be honest. At this point, I don't even know a lot of what Emmanuel Acho says because I actively ignore him because he's an idiot.
I remember one time he was trying to hype up their car, and I was like, okay, that's definitely an option.
Stranger doesn't understand how you don't like tortillas.
Because taste buds plus tortillas equals nasty.
What's a tortillo?
I meant to say tortilla.
I don't know if
a tortillo, I think, right?
Is this the one you were responding to earlier? You were saying you were confused because Stranger said he'd never seen a Saints playoff game.
Yes, I'm like, dude, come on, man. Well, what you talking about?
Some people just don't watch. Some people just don't watch the playoffs, other than a game or two.
That's the best part of the entire season.
I mean, I really like watching the playoffs now. I didn't watch every damn playoff game for the longest time, and honestly, by the time I did, the Saints had kind of stopped. Well, no, I guess they did go on that run in late 2010. But I don't know. The only I just don't remember any of those games. The only one I do remember is the Stephon Diggs game, and I don't even think I saw the Stephon Diggs play. I just saw some other play happening.
Mark, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I think the Panthers are finishing last in the division.
Me and him don't agree on that.
I think it's gonna go Saints. I think it's gonna go Saints, Atlanta, Tampa, Carolina.
I think the Saints. So the Jungle Podcast said the Saints are going 8-9. I think 8-9 is like the floor for the Saints. I think 8-9 is a possibility, but I don't think it's likely that they'll go that far down.
I picked us to go 10-7 with a ceiling of 13-4 and a floor of 7-10.
Now that's crazy.
No, it's not.
That's 13-4 is absolutely out of this fucking universe.
No, look at our schedule and tell me you can't see us only losing 4 of those games.
It's not just about whether you're individually competitive with those teams. It's whether you're actually going to win all those games. I just don't see it.
The ceiling. The definition of the word ceiling is everything goes right.
Okay, no, that's not true because if everything went right, you'd go 17-0.
I'm talking about a realistic ceiling.
But that I don't feel that that's a realistic ceiling. For me, the Saints ceiling is like 11-6, and that's like if it just goes fucking amazingly.
You know what, Kyle? You convinced me. The ceiling is 17-0, and the floor is 10-7.
Well, that's not true because the ceiling is 17-0. You're right, but the floor is 0.
It says 17-0 on the TV. So yep, I'm right.
So the ceiling is 17-0. The floor is moving to Atlanta.
No,
I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying that's the worst case scenario.
The Saints tried. The Saints tried moving to San Antonio years ago, and that didn't work out. So why are they going to Atlanta now?
Why did they try to move to San Antonio?
Because New Orleans was getting hit by all these damn hurricanes, so they wanted to leave so bad.
Okay, I kind of get it. That sucks, but I kind of get it. But
they did it, and now it's on a 10-year lease.
That's good that they did. I'm just saying I kind of get the thought process. I'm glad they didn't. Coach Chelsea Lynn is a Dallas fan.
That one year.
So. Coach Chelsea Lynn, who I don't think I've seen in here before, so welcome.
Hi.
Feel free to subscribe if you like the content.
Or
don't if you really don't want to, but it would be cool if you did. I'm a Dallas fan. I've loved Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase since he was at LSU. I also have loved Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase since they were at LSU, and I'm not an LSU fan. I also knew Joe Burrow was going to be our quarterback, so that's part of why.
The first year I ever watched college football was the year LSU won the championship. So trust me, I know that was a fun year. LSU lost 0 games that year. In fact, fun fact, LSU just hired Ed Orgeron 2 days ago.
I watched that game in Vegas while discovering how much I don't like casinos.
I've never been in a casino. Well,
I wouldn't recommend it. I was just bored the whole time.
Oh, that's nice.
It was like people talking about like, oh, so much fun, like it's yeah, you're probably not going to win, but it's fun. And like I went and I'm like, this isn't fun. This is boring. Why am I here? And then Joe Burrow was on the TV. I was like, hey, football. And then me and my wife went on a hike in the desert, and that was like the best part of the vacation.
I mean, look, I remember last year I was at somebody's birthday party and it was at a bowling alley, and what got me more excited was the damn preseason game that they were showing. So, yeah.
Joe, please stay healthy. I agree. Having 2 great players didn't make the '88 Niners a better team. 2 great. Okay. They had Ronnie Lott on defense. Like, they had so many more players than just, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, and Ronnie Lott. But, like, Ronnie Lott was probably the best player at his position maybe ever.
He even cut his fingers off.
He did, yeah.
Yo, Chelsea, look, no offense, and I'm glad that you chose that way, but no offense. If LSU was ever eliminated and Bama was still in it, I would still root against Bama with a burning heart. So
that's real. That's real. The medical evaluation, you know what? I'm just going to put this right in front of Mikey's face. The medical I don't know, because it was in front of my mouth. But now it's on my hat, so I got to move it higher.
I'm not going to eat no words.
Well, you're going to eat your words with like the Saints winning 13 games.
I'm not going to eat a tortilla, and I'm not going to eat no words.
The medical evaluation provided by the Bush family concluded severe pneumonia progressed into sepsis. Oh, God. Resulting in rapid and overwhelming associated complications. So it just kind of happened it literally came out of nowhere. That's crazy.
I blame Kyle for this.
I don't. He's the one who died.
No, I blame this Kyle for this.
Well, that Kyle's not responsible for anything. Last time I had an ice cream taco, I was half Mikey's age. So they've been around for a while.
So that would have been when you were, what's 17 divided by 2?
It's
you can't.
Like 8.5.
Yeah, it would be 8.5 because you can't do 2 into 17. So I don't forget. Man, and summer just started, so I can't ask any of my teachers that kind. But yeah, I mean,
this was the comment I think you were responding to. I think I agree with Mike. I agree with Mark. I think the Saints and the Panthers are going to be battling out for the division this year.
I think it's going to be Saints at the top and Carolina at the bottom. I
think it's going to be Carolina at the top and the Saints like a half game behind.
Nah, okay. Well, I mean, because I did my Panthers video earlier, and you know what I realized? Their schedule is brutal.
Based off of last year's win-loss rate, like things are going to happen differently this year. Like people say we have a really easy schedule, and maybe we do, but that's based off of last year.
I'm not talking about last year.
No. When people talk about strength of schedule, it's based on the previous year.
I think the Browns are going to be good this year. I don't.
I think you're fucking stupid.
I don't.
I think
I put the Browns at like 13 in my power rankings before week 1.
Yeah, I did, and you remember I gave you like the fucking runaround about that because that's like the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. Like have you ever seen the Cleveland Browns? Who's their quarterback? Is it Baker Mayfield? They're not going to be competitive.
Baker Mayfield.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, is it Baker Mayfield? And the answer to that would be no. And so I'm like, they're not going to be there. What I'm saying is the only time they were competitive was with Baker Mayfield.
The Browns made the playoffs with Joe freaking Flacco.
They sure did, and that kind of came out of nowhere. But that was also like they also didn't really get off to a great start that year, and it only just they got saved by Joe Flacco.
CJ tying up. What are your thoughts about the 2026 Titans? Why don't you ask Kyle? Because this knows everything about the damn Titans all of a sudden.
I'll answer that in a sec. Until the last 5 years, didn't watch games that the Bengals weren't playing in except Super Bowls. I do like to watch a lot of playoff games. I think I just happen to skip a lot of the Saints games because I don't know. I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just being honest, but I don't know if there's a team that bored me more than the New Orleans Saints for like the entire time that Drew Brees was there. I'm being honest.
So nothing.
I did think that Drew Brees was really good. I thought that he was, somewhat interesting to watch, but like I thought the Saints as a whole were just I didn't find
the Saints were literally what the Bengals are now.
Not even close.
Yes, they were. Dude,
I mean, okay, in terms of like overall achievements and in terms of like not always living up to expectations. Maybe but not in terms of overall composition.
The 2016 Saints were literally a dead copy of the damn 2024 Bengals. What we thought, like Drew Brees had an MVP year, and the only reason he didn't get it is because he wasn't on a team that made the damn playoffs because his defense was dead last every damn year.
Once again, there couldn't possibly be a single team in the NFL back then that had less to do with the Bengals than the Saints. So I just did not give a shit.
In fact, we are so much alike that after 20.
No, it's not. I'm not saying there weren't any similarities. I'm saying what you guys were doing did not impact us almost ever.
And your Super Bowl run in 2021, you had like damn 6 Saints players on that damn team. Come on now.
No, we did not. We had Bengals players who previously played for the Saints. Doesn't mean I'm going to watch the fucking Saints. Also in 21, I think I was paying more attention to the Saints just because you were in my chat all the time.
No, that was a year before I was in the chat, but yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't you. There were other Saints fans. Like I kept bringing this up. You were just part of the wave. There were so many fucking Saints fans that followed my channel when I early in my channel's history, and you were just kind of part of that originally. You weren't. I mean, you just kind of came in with all the other fucking Saints fans, and then you just ended up sticking around while most of the rest of them left.
I went by a whole different name back in the day. So yeah.
I remember, yeah. In fact, that's that. I often forget that you're called Hurricane Mike now because I go off of what you used to be called.
Yep, Christine Connolly.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot. Okay, I forgot you recalled that too.
Yep.
Haven't seen every Super Bowl in my lifetime. I haven't. Well, so I haven't seen every Super Bowl in my lifetime because I'm pretty sure I didn't watch any of them until '97. Like when John Elway beat the Packers. I'm pretty sure that was the first one I watched. And then I'm pretty sure I did not watch the one with the Rams and Titans. Actually, I think I watched the Broncos and Packers in '97, and then I didn't watch one again until the Ravens and Giants. But after the Ravens and Giants, I think I've watched every one since then.
I've watched every Super Bowl since the Eagles Patriots. Well, kind of. The Rams Patriots game, I watched like the first half, and then I was pissed off. Second, I didn't want to watch the game that the Saints should have been in, but so I left like midway.
I also watched the Eagles Patriots Super Bowl, and I also watched the Patriots Eagles Super Bowl.
Congratulations! You want a cookie? Yeah, I agree with you, Coach. Yeah, the Knicks can suck it. So yeah, I'm not happy right now.
No, it's not. No, stranger. It's not the ceiling. It's not the shingles. It's like the moon. That's what 13-4 is. It's the fucking moon. It goes so beyond the ceiling.
Well, wait on. Wasn't there a guy on the moon whose last name was Armstrong?
There was.
Okay, knowing that, and
wasn't
there a guy who in Louisiana was famous and his last name was also Armstrong?
But do you know where Neil Armstrong was from?
Louisiana?
Mm-mm.
Ohio?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Well, okay. Well, you see,
I could be wrong.
Also, Louis Armstrong, right, was famous, and his music was out of this world.
Huh? Oh no. Okay. So ha and not ha. So he is from Ohio. He's from the general sort of this weird spot that's kind of between Columbus and Cincinnati. But he apparently died in Fairfield, which is where I live right now. So that's interesting. Like, I guess he must have been living in Fairfield near the end of his life. It's crazy. Or is it the other Fairfield? No, it's my Fairfield. He was living here. He could have been my fucking neighbor. Not my neighbor, but somebody who was living here's neighbor. I don't know.
Dude, Mark, I cannot have a Knicks Thunder NBA Finals. I'm not doing it. Nope, not doing it.
Tampa needs a bad season to finally fire Bowles. I mean, not necessarily. Look at the Bills. They fired Sean McDermott.
Right. Tampa Bay, you know what they need? Tampa Bay needs a rebuild. That's what they need.
I think that was one that Mikey responded to earlier. Great show, guys. Yeah, we've barely talked about expectations. We've just been responding to the fucking chat this whole time, which is good because it's been an active chat, and I it's always that makes for the best shows. What are your thoughts on the? Okay, I was eventually going to get to this one. What are your thoughts about the 2026 Tennessee Titans? I ain't believing nothing until I see it. See you in Week 8. So you're a Titans fan. If you could actually go back and watch the last episode. I still can't believe this, but I did predict the Titans to make the playoffs this year.
And I called him a dumbass.
I'm not entirely sure I fully stand behind that prediction, but I legitimately went through every game for the Titans and every game in the entire NFL schedule, and I predicted who I thought was going to win, who I thought was going to lose, and I wasn't looking at record or anything like that until the end when I was done. And when I was done, the Titans were in the playoffs.
What games? Their future games with the Cleveland Browns? What, did you go, okay, this year they're going to play the Browns. That year they're going to play the Browns. That year they're just going to pretend like they're playing the Browns teams for 18 weeks this year?
Maybe they do that.
What games are you going through? That you got the Titans more than 9 wins, make the damn playoffs.
They're going to beat the Jets. I think I had them. I think I had them upsetting the Eagles. Now this is like week 2 when weird shit happened, right? So they played the Giants. Like I'm not that high on the Giants.
But you are with the Titans.
I'm not as high on the Titans as apparently. I'm apparently higher on the Titans than I actually believe.
Like the Giants, if I had to put money on
I
one
just went
team,
through all the games, and that's what happened. Okay.
However, Jackson Dart, you can go bump yourself, Jackson Dart. I just got to tell you that.
I think I had them going 4-2 in their division, so there's that. I think I had them sweeping the Colts, I believe.
Okay, I can maybe do that.
And then I had them splitting with the Jaguars and Texans.
Okay.
Knicks are just over 8 minutes away from going up 3-0. Oh, is it the NBA playoffs?
Yeah.
I think we talked about this on the last episode, didn't we? I do not pay attention to the NBA at all.
I'm watching the NBA right now.
Don't want the Knicks to win. I don't know. Being from the South, I would imagine don't want the Knicks to win. Like NBA playoff bracket. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool to see the Knicks win because they suck all the time. Just because they suck. They're playing the Cavs, okay? Like I don't like the Cavs, so the Knicks can win that game.
They're gonna win this
you know
game.
what? Out of the remaining teams, the Knicks are the only one that I don't dislike. Okay.
You know what, James Harden? This is James Harden's fault.
Like fuck the Thunder. Fuck the Thunder with a rusty fucking dagger. First of all,
I can get you with that. Yeah.
The Cavs just fuck Cleveland. That's a personal thing. You don't have to agree with that. The Spurs, I don't actually hate the Spurs. I don't know. Like, I was a big fan of LeBron when he was in Miami, and then the Spurs beat them, and I was like, "You're boo Spurs." So I don't know. But like, out of those 4 teams, I'd rather see the Knicks win it. Personally,
I'm rooting for the Spurs to win it.
Partially because the Knicks suck. Like that. Like, don't you want somebody interesting to win?
Not the Knicks.
Why not?
Because if Stephen A. Smith is happy, then I'm not happy.
Oh, is he a Knicks fan?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. I might have to rethink my opinion then.
I can't have him. Like, dude, the dude tried talking down on the Pelicans for years. I can't have him happy.
Well, the Pelicans were really bad for years. Didn't disagree. Unfortunately, you and my best. Danhausen, they are cursed.
Yep.
Wapakonada. I believe that's where he's from, yeah. I don't know how to pronounce it. Say the same about the Cowboys. Believe it when I see it. I'm not a delusional Cowboys fan. So you're not a Cowboys fan then? Because they're all delusional. Every single one of them. They're like that's just how it is. Like, you can't not be a delusional Cowboys fan. It's just not how being a Cowboys fan works.
You're right.
It's OKC, Spurs, Cavs, Knicks. Again, like, now that you've told me that about Stephen A. Smith, I think I just hate the NBA. Because, like, I don't like if this is who we're getting, like, who else was in the playoffs? Like, I mean, I kind of like the Celtics.
First round, dude.
The Raptors, I could get behind the Raptors. Yeah, the Timberwolves. I can kind of get behind the Timberwolves, but is Karl Anthony Towns still on the Timberwolves?
Karl Anthony Towns is on the Knicks.
Yeah. Okay, so then never mind. Go Knicks. Fuck all y'all. That's my
So
boy.
you are willing to root for Stephen A. Smith's team?
You know what? I like Karl Anthony Towns more than I dislike Stephen A. Smith. So fuck off.
Okay. I mean, no, I cannot have a Knicks Thunder NBA Finals. I'm just not doing it. Nope, not doing it. I'll literally, honestly, I think I would rather watch paint dry than watch that Finals match.
I don't really like the Spurs all that much, but in this situation, go Spurs.
Yeah, the Spurs won game 1 in double overtime, but then game 2, game 3, they decided to be on some good shit, which was not good shit.
I hope the Thunder and the entire city of Oklahoma City suffer for years.
You do realize Seattle might be getting the Supersonics back, though, right?
But that's still not okay. What happened?
I agree.
I've been hearing for years that Seattle might get the Supersonics back. It's never fucking happened.
Well, I mean, the NBA has already officially announced that they are going to allow them to get a team eventually. NBA words, not mine. Can't sue me.
I'm gonna have to look into that. I'll do that after the show though, because that might be one rabbit hole too many.
Can James Harden retire?
NBA needs a dynasty.
No, they don't. Unless it's the Pelicans.
SGA.
Oh my God! Don't get me started on him.
Who's SGA?
He's the best player on the Thunder, and this dude draws fouls every time.
No, thank you.
SGA. The dude gets looked at wrong, and the dude's on the floor acting like he got shot in the knee.
Is he on the Thunder? I hate him.
Like, this trucker here, like, this dude shoot the ball, and then it's like, shoot, okay, gotta get down like it's a damn tornado drill at school. No, gotta get down. Like, dude, man, be a man. Get hit for once before I hit you. Let's see. Don't miss me on that. Coach proved there's an okay. Are you a fan of the Valentine's, the Super Bowl, and the Taylor Swift a lot for the halftime performance? What in the world is a Valentine's Day Super Bowl? Oh, are you? Because they moved the Super Bowl to basically where Valentine's Day is now. Is that why? Because the Super Bowl is gonna be on Valentine's Day next year. And is Taylor Swift a lock for the? No, she's not. I mean, they tried to get Swift performing a couple years ago, and she turned it down. So, what happened? Oh, this is where Kyle goes and gets his Supersonics jersey. I'm assuming that's what happens whenever he turns his camera off. It's to go get something. But yeah, I mean, like Taylor Swift was offered the NFL halftime performance a couple years ago, and she turned it down. So, those things, And plus, the NFL, they're going in a different direction. So, I mean, like the last 2 years, right, with Kendrick Lamar and Bad Bunny, they're trying to I think it's going to be a while before we see somebody like Taylor Swift perform again. So, I don't know. I think this might be a bold prediction. I think we're getting Ed Sheeran this year. I have no data to prove my opinion. I have no numbers that can prove that I'm going to be right. But I just have a gut feeling that Ed Sheeran's going to be performing next year. I don't know why. I just have this. I think it's because I said it last year that he should perform, but he didn't. I don't know. Maybe it's because Eminem performed, and I really thought that should have been. I don't know. I've said that Sheeran needed to perform the halftime show like the last 4 years. I love if they got Chris Brown. I can't tell you Chris Brown.
Look, fuck you. I like Ed Sheeran, but I would 100 out of 100 times I take Eminem over Ed Sheeran.
I mean,
not even close.
I like Eminem too, but it's like I just felt like Ed Sheeran never performed the last 1 out of the last 4 years.
Not even close.
Dude, I just don't like rap, dude. So that's why I just,
I don't like rap. Look at me, I'm white.
You're white.
I know, and I'm not the fucking bitch about it.
I mean, I don't hate rap. And if there is a rap I would listen to, it's probably, Ed Sheeran. I mean, not Ed Sheeran, goddamn. It's probably Eminem.
I love Ed Sheeran's most recent album, Straight Out of wherever the fuck he's from. That's what the album's called. It's called Straight Out of Wherever the Fuck He's From.
I don't believe you.
I think you look it up. It's true.
I believe you just like I believe the Bengals, which is little to none. Like I said, I don't even think y'all making the playoffs this year. So
I think you're full of shit.
I think if there's not even you can't even put the shit on a damn table. That's how much shit there is.
Because of Stephen A. I understand Stephen A. I get it. I'm a big Kentucky fan, so I got to root for my boy Collar Anthony Towns. Just got to do it.
No, Carl Anthony Towns is too zesty, man.
What?
Like the dude is so zesty.
Like lemon zest?
What?
Like lemon zest?
Like, oh yeah, like you know, like the opposite of straight.
You kids in your fucking slang.
What?
Zesty.
I mean, like he might be straight, but he don't act like it.
I could give a shit less. He's a great wildcat.
I don't even watch. I mean, I might watch college basketball now because LSU got Will Wade again. You know, after they fired him 4 years ago. But it's like, you know,
I'm just fucking with you about Cowboys fans, Chelsea.
I'm not. I hate him.
Coach proof there is no exception to every rule. What? I have no idea. I'm lost.
Same. That's why.
Are you a fan of the Valentine's Day Super Bowl, and is Taylor Swift a lock for the halftime performance? Fuck off. No. I mean, sure. I don't know. I don't have to watch it. Like, why the fuck not? Let her do it.
She turned the job down a couple years ago. Why would she just all of a sudden pick it up again?
Fan of this Valentine's Day Super Bowl. Oh, is it like on Valentine's Day? Is that what he's saying?
Yes.
Wow.
Trust me, it took me a while to figure it out.
It's going to piss a lot of wives off in the entire U.S. That's what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
A lot of pissed off wives, and I'm going to have to contend with that. I don't know what the fuck Oh, boy. I have to figure that one out. Fuck.
Trust me, I know. Like
you know what? I'll buy her a steak before the Super Bowl starts. How about that?
Hey, honey, you want to have a Valentine's Day to go watch the Super Bowl with me? I don't watch football. You gonna watch it today? It's Super Bowl Sunday.
So my plan is to stream the Super Bowl
with me,
and I guarantee. Well, sure, why not? I guarantee you. It depends on if what the schedules look like, I suppose. Although you're going to be watching the Super Bowl, so why the fuck not? I don't know. But anyway, like the fact that I'm going to be streaming the Super Bowl is like basically a requirement that it will not, like she won't be part of that because she does everything she can. Like you see, like every once in a while she'll like bring me food in and shit, and she'll like have her hand just kind of stuck in the door. She really does not want to be on camera.
I mean, that's the same thing with my mom, so I feel that.
Yeah, but the difference is your mom actually has gotten on camera like once or twice. Like maybe not on purpose, but it's happened. Like my wife is like a fucking hawk with that shit. She's like, "Is that a camera? Fuck off!"
I mean, she literally squirted me with a damn water bottle while I was live before.
I know that was really funny.
Oh shoot, that was against the Lions. Oh God.
Oh, you think history's going to repeat itself?
Week 1, we played the Lions.
It's the anniversary.
Oh no.
Taylor Swift and the NFL is too rock and wrestling for me. What?
Oh.
Like The Rock? Like Dwayne Johnson?
Hey, I like Dwayne
What
Johnson.
the hell is Taylor Swift have? Taylor Swift's not even in the NFL. Like, maybe he's talking about rock and roll, which like Taylor Swift isn't rock and roll.
Well, maybe what he's trying to say is that Taylor Swift in the NFL is kind of like how The Rock is to wrestling.
But Taylor Swift's not in the NFL.
But Taylor Swift's a part of the NFL. If you know, you know.
Not really, though.
I agree with you, but some people still don't like her because of the Chiefs bullshit.
I mean, it's like she kept getting on camera, but like,
look, and
it's not the same thing.
Like when that whole stuff started, I agreed with the people, but now I don't agree with the people because, like, I mean, last year when the Chiefs were terrible, they weren't showing Taylor Swift that much. The year before, they weren't showing Taylor. Like, people just make a scene over that for no damn reason. Well,
okay, so it was really annoying that they were shoving it. Like, They were. It's like it was an interesting story and kind of a unique, interesting kind of cool little thing. And then they just ran it into the fucking ground. That was my biggest problem. Like I'm not. I don't give a shit who they're putting on whatever. It's just like I hate it when they run things into the fucking ground and just like they bark at the hole and they just like they won't shut up about the same fucking thing that has nothing to do with football. That was my issue. I don't give a shit about Taylor Swift. I don't give a shit about it doesn't have anything to do with anything other than just the fact that I'm tired of hearing about the same goddamn thing. It has nothing to do with football.
I remember when the Saints played the Chiefs a couple years ago. They showed Xavier Worthy's mom way more than they showed Taylor Swift. So, but then apparently Taylor Swift's like one of her dancer's brothers caught an interception. So then they were like, "Oh shit, we're Taylor Swift now."
Love if they got Chris Brown. I feel like Chris Brown's toxic. I feel like they wouldn't get Chris Brown because there would be too much controversy with Chris Brown.
Dude, they brought Bad Bunny.
So what?
You know the amount of controversy that was involved with that?
And what on earth are you talking about? That is not. Nobody on earth immediately jumps to whatever controversy he's got. They think about him as a representative. No, maybe a certain kind of person who was already trying to find something wrong with Bad Bunny. But the reason the NFL got him and the whole point of his thing there was to be a representative of the Hispanic community. Chris Brown beat his fucking wife, and that's what everybody remembers him for.
Dude, it was so bad.
Or girlfriend or whatever. I don't know if they were married or not.
It was so bad, the NFL had to make an alternate Super Bowl halftime show just to
because people were up in arms about some garbage bullshit. This is different. This is the only thing that people remember Chris Brown about, other than like, a couple of songs. But people still mostly remember him being a shithead.
I didn't even know he did that until you just told me. So clearly, some people don't.
Well, that might be a generational thing, to be fair, because like that was the only thing anybody ever talked about. Like, I mean, he had a bunch of good songs, and as soon as that came out, it was Rihanna. He fucking beat Rihanna.
Oh.
So that's all anybody talked about for the longest fucking time with Chris Brown. That's the only thing I think of him. Huh?
Why didn't you just start with that?
Well, I did. I just forgot that it was Rihanna specifically.
I didn't know. I knew she got beat. I didn't know it was by Chris Brown.
It was Chris Brown.
Well, now I know.
Super Bowl halftime shows are for artists trying to reignite their careers. What?
I mean, they got Bruno Mars, when he was like the hottest thing out. They got the first ever guy was Michael Jackson, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Like, the only person I can see the only one I'm thinking who was like arguably past his prime when he performed was what's his name? Well, Eminem obviously is you can definitely argue past his prime, but like Eminem's all over a lot of stuff still. No, the Weeknd, that was around the Weeknd's peak.
Timberlake?
No, because Justin Timberlake has stayed relevant. Tom Petty.
Who?
Tom Petty, exactly.
Oh.
Tom Petty was well past his prime when he performed in that Super Bowl.
That's nice.
I'm glad you like it, CJ. If you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe.
Yeah. You get to talk to the brains and the dumbass. Yeah.
Yeah, you just pointed in the wrong direction. Mikey, I'd make a pride bet on the Bengals making the playoffs. Oh, a bet of pride. Okay. I think the only way it doesn't happen is injuries.
Man, well, what type of pride are you trying to bet?
No, it's just that's not what that means. I think that's obvious. Like, dude, stranger, if there are going to be injuries, so that's just a thing. If like Joe Burrow and Dexter Lawrence stay healthy all year, the Bengals will make the playoffs. I guarantee it.
Just like you guaranteed that you were going to beat the Browns last year? Just like guaranteed you were gonna beat the Bills last year.
Yeah, I did do that. Did I guarantee? I don't think I guaranteed the Browns.
You said you weren't losing to the Browns, and that's pretty much a guarantee.
No, that's not a guarantee. That's just being confident. I did guarantee the Bills, though. I did do that, and then they lost.
You and Chuck Barkley have a weird sense of knowing what the word guarantee means.
It's when you. What do you mean? What? Look at it. Read a dictionary.
I don't
trying to stretch the fucking meaning to mean any kind of confident statement.
When you guarantee something, that means it is 100% going to happen.
Yeah, you have to go out of your way to specifically say that. And I did say that about the Bills. I didn't say that about the Browns. I was very confident about the Browns. I never said it was guaranteed.
All right, Kyle, let me ask you a question. If I guarantee you that the sky will turn orange overnight, does that make it true?
What on earth does that have to do with what you're talking about?
Because you can guarantee something and it could still be 100% wrong. But the goal to guaranteeing something is for it to be 100% right. The guarantee, that's not even a prediction at that point. That's like, okay, this is going to happen whether you like it or not.
I'm confused. Are you calling me out or are you trying to argue definitions? Where did this come from?
Why not both? Look, it is Saturday. The off season is still going on. I need something to talk about this, that'll make me feel joy again. So it's like, yeah.
Weren't we just talking about how we both expect the Saints to make the playoffs?
You didn't give your expectations on the Bengals yet. We're like an hour into this thing.
Yeah. I probably should go through the Bengals, but nobody really asked about them. But everybody already agreed up to this point that the Bengals have lofty expectations. Now, whether you, Mikey, personally expect the Bengals to make the playoffs is not what we're talking about. And we're to go back to the original argument that was happening with the Saints. We're not talking here about whatever one random person's thing is here, or it's not Vegas odds. We're just talking about the general narrative around these teams. Yes, the Saints have lofty expectations because everybody I've heard talk about the Saints, like everybody with a camera in front of them who has talked about the Saints have elevated expectations for the Saints compared to where they were at last year because of how they finished the season. That's just something that everybody's been saying. And I'm kind of bored that it was a controversial thing for me to say. Now for people to think that the Saints aren't going to be good, I understand that, but I don't think it's crazy to say that their expectations are lofty. If anything, I think a lot of you would agree with me and you guys would be saying the expectations are too lofty. And I think Mikey's expectations are too lofty, but I don't think the general expectations around the Saints are. I think this year the general expectations are better.
Okay. Well, my expectations: 10 wins, win a playoff game. That's my expectations. And CJ Titan, to answer your question, I might, but I'm currently watching this one show called Nemesis that I was pressured into watching because some dude had the damn nerve to say that this one guy looks like Chris Olave, which is not true. But so I'm watching that show. But after that, I might watch quarterback. Okay. Now what were we going to go?
So I guess strangers, stipulations for the bet. I can't think of the word, but if you lose, I guess you have to try Cincinnati chili. I guess is what he's saying.
No. Where would I even get it from?
Florida.
I don't live anywhere near.
I'll mail you some. We have it in cans.
I don't eat. What?
I'll mail you some.
I can't guarantee you.
Actually, I'll be honest. I actually think Skyline. Personally, I like Skyline chili better. If you make it in the cans and you make the spaghetti at home, then I like it from the restaurant. I like it fine from the restaurant. I just think it tastes better when you make fresh, dry spaghetti at home instead of I feel overcooked spaghetti they have at Skyline.
I mean, y'all don't even know the type of food I be eating on the basis of.
Well, apparently not gumbo. You fucking heathen. What is you just eat beignets nonstop all day?
I think the last time I ate beignets was I think last summer. Beignets were so good though. But I don't know. I eat beignets, but I eat a bunch of stuff. You know, I eat macaroni and cheese, especially with ketchup on it. I eat what you call it? I eat donuts a lot. I eat chips a lot. I eat fruit. Like
That was a wild juxtaposition. I eat chips and donuts and fruit. Like that, one of these things is not like the other. Two of those things are very bad for you.
One thing I extremely loved eating, but unfortunately I've not eaten it in like 6 years. But one thing I loved eating, especially as a dumb little child, was pork roll, man. Pork roll, especially from Philadelphia.
I swear to God, as you started saying that, in my head I was convinced you were going to say poison. I love eating poison.
I mean, sometimes I like poisoning myself for fun, but it's like, you know, I be eating.
You're not old enough to drink.
I never said anything about drinking. And plus, I've drank alcohol before. And second of all, I just think, you know, when it comes down.
Quite the same as what I meant, but okay.
I mean, I let Mikey choose the terms as long as they're reasonable. All right, how about this, stranger? How about this? If the Bengals miss the playoffs, here's what you gotta do. Give me 1 second. Where's my damn phone at? Oh, damn, I'm recording with my phone. Never mind. So, stranger, if the Bengals miss the playoffs, what you gotta do? You know, how about this? Let's put. Nah, never mind, because that's gonna be too expensive. If you lose, I'll eat scallop and chili. If I lose, or no, reverse that. If I lose, I'll try scallop and chili. Well, no, I'm not going to. I don't know what the damn bet is. I don't.
Okay, so the Bengals, as far as their lofty expectations go, I just looked at their Vegas odds. Apparently, they're favored in 15 of 17 games. That's too much for me. Like I'm very high on the Bengals right now because I just like, you know, it's based on projection, but like Dexter Lawrence, if Dexter Lawrence comes to Cincinnati and does what we know he can do, if Dexter Lawrence does in Cincinnati what he did in New York, which BJ Hill did and also better, so why can't Dexter Lawrence? You know, DJ Reader was another guy who like made the transition to Cincinnati and was as good, if not better, than he was in Houston. But if Dexter Lawrence can comes to Cincinnati and is, you know, basically as advertised, then that basically solves like 90% of the problems we have on defense. And on top of that, you know, we got, you know, we got a safety who can actually fucking tackle. So that, like, I don't think you guys understand how much of a difference going from Geno Stone to Brian Cook is going to make. Like I'm not even saying Brian Cook is like the greatest safety of all time. I'm saying for what the Bengals' problem was last year, Brian Cook might be one of the best possible like changes you could make on the defense. Like in the context of who the Bengals are on defense and what Geno Stone did, which he should be arrested for war crimes for how bad he played on defense last year. And so just going from Geno Stone to Brian Cook alone by itself might even be more impactful than Dexter Lawrence. And I'm sort of joking, but I'm also not, because like that's how bad Geno Stone was. And Brian Cook is nowhere near the player that Dexter Lawrence was. And we didn't really have a nose tackle who was really worth half a shit last year. But the impact that not having a great defensive nose tackle last year, the impact that made was not as insane as the impact that Geno Stone made by being absolute fucking garbage at even having I'm pretty sure that man couldn't tackle somebody in his dreams. I'm pretty sure Geno Stone dreamed about playing football sometimes and always missed tackles in his dreams too. I'm pretty sure if Geno Stone made a tackle, the universe would implode in itself. And the fact that he recorded a few tackles last year is probably fake news.
He recorded over 100.
Yeah, and every single one of them is fake news.
I think you're fake news.
I don't. But
How about
as
this?
far as the Bengals genuinely do have even Vegas has very lofty
Stranger,
expectations.
hold on, I found the perfect thing. Stranger, how about this? If the Bengals miss the playoffs, you have to change your name from Stranger. You have to change that name from Stranger to Mikey was right for a week. And if the Saints miss the playoffs, I'll do Stranger was right for a week. How about that?
Interesting. Geno Stone is the epitome of addition by subtraction. That's the thing. Like Brian Cook's a really good player, but the losing Geno Stone is such an upgrade. The fact that he was even starting last year, it just blows my mind. Like he was so bad. Like I don't think I've hated a Bengals player this badly since oh God, what was his fucking name? The cornerback we had who just bounced off of Greg Jennings that one time, looked like the most pathetic tackle attempt I've ever seen in my life. What was his name? I was like David something. I don't know. If I try to look for the name, I'm going to take way too fucking long to remember his name. But I fucking hate it.
Huh? Who do you think could make a tackle first? Geno Stone or an actual Stone?
Well, it depends on who's throwing the stone. Because, I mean, throw a stone, that's going to hurt. Like, if Geno Stone tries to tackle you, I'm pretty sure at best it'll tickle.
All right, wait, hold on.
I'm pretty sure if Geno Stone tried to tackle my son, my 11-year-old son, who doesn't play sports, I'm pretty sure Geno Stone would get stiff-armed.
All right, Stranger, here's the thing, okay? If you are on I think it works if you're on a computer or a phone. But what you're going to do, you're going to click your profile picture, right? It's going to bring you to the thing. And then underneath it, it's going to say, like, your name, Stranger. All you got to do is erase that and put Mikey's right, and then just hit save, and then you're done. Yeah. Trust me, I've changed my name, like, I think 3 times now, so.
What are we talking about? We have been talking about literally everything today, Jeff. I mean, the main subject is talking about if the Bengals and Saints can live up to their expectations. And one thing I will say about the Bengals is if we're taking the Vegas odds as the indication of what is a lofty expectation, then I actually think the answer is no, the Bengals will not live up to their expectations because I don't think they're going 15-2. My dad does think that. My dad actually predicted the Bengals would go 15-2 before Vegas said it. But my dad's also insane. So, love him to death, but he's insane.
All right, Stranger, I'm just letting you know I have a photographic memory, so trust me. If the Saints make the playoffs and y'all don't, trust me, I'll be there to remind you.
You got anything else to say, Mikey?
All I gotta say is porco and cheese is good, man.
You said what and cheese?
Porco and cheese, man.
It's good. I heard porco. I'm like, what the fuck is porco? It sounds like some sort of processed pork product, and it sounds awful.
Right? Nah, man, porco and cheese.
Who were the 2 losses that they had for the Bengals?
The Saints and the Saints.
No, it wasn't the Saints.
To me, it's the Saints and the Saints.
Well, that's great for you, but you're wrong.
Nah, for real though, I do think y'all will beat us, but it's fine. It's fine. We are streaming that game though, like it or not. So somebody's gonna be pissed off on live, and somebody's gonna be happy on live. It's weird because I've been wanting to stream that game for like 3 years.
That will be a fun game to stream. I'm also looking forward to that one.
But like, I've been wanting to do. I literally put it in my phone the day we agreed, and that was literally over 2 years ago. All right.
I think I might have it here. Okay, so they're underdogs against Houston in week 2, and underdogs. So the Texans and the Ravens are the two teams that. So they expect us to split with the Ravens and lose to the Texans.
Now, Kyle, I'm gonna tell you this because I know the Bengals hate playing football week 1, or at least hate winning games in week 1.
We won week 1 last year. What do you mean?
We played the Browns. I'm pretty sure my damn high school. I'm pretty sure my brother's high school team could have probably put a better fight against the Browns, and they couldn't win no damn games. So
we did play pretty badly in that game. To be fair,
Kyle, this year I want no slack in week 1. Y'all play Tampa.
I agree. I agree.
No slack in week 1.
100%. 100%
and also,
agree.
When y'all go over there to Madrid, I need y'all to kick their ass too.
As long as you guys beat the Steelers in wherever you play them.
Paris.
As long as you beat the Steelers in Paris.
All right.
Okay. All right. You know, bet.
All right.
Okay. I'm pretty sure. I feel like we've played the Falcons in Europe before, so this is weird. Are we just going to keep playing the Falcons?
And Madrid, I guess.
Well, I don't think we've ever played in Madrid before, but I feel like we played them in London one year.
I don't know. I mean, I know
they are having us sweep the Steelers, and I also think we're going to sweep the Steelers, Jeff. I think we're going to sweep the division.
That is not happening, but okay.
I think they're going to beat the Steelers twice, Ravens twice, and Browns twice.
You might, emphasis on might, you might sweep Cleveland. But even that,
I'm being completely honest with you. The Browns are the ones I'm the least confident about.
Huh?
It's because it's the Browns and us. I don't know what it is about the Bengals. No, we'll sweep the Steelers and the Ravens. I'm like 98% sure. I'm like 99.5% sure that we'll beat the Steelers and the Ravens twice. I'm like 98% sure that we'll beat the Browns twice.
Dang, Myles Garrett sacks you a few times and you done bumped your head now?
Myles Garrett's never sacked me in my life.
Why don't you talk to Joey Boy about that?
Well, he sacked Joe Burrow a few times, but all right. Well, anyway, so that's pretty much going to be it for this episode. You are on that copium. You're a Titans fan, so shut up. Anyway, that's all we got. That's all we got for this week. So without further ado, I'll leave y'all with a Who Dey.
Who Dat.
All right. All right. Yep. Good show.
Yep.
See you next week.
See you.